Chain gang, what up, son? Just because I'm giving another bummy scrub a chance to study this lecture, that does not mean I should be expected to show this buddy love because he's trying to battle the nutty professor. See, every battle, I tend to project myself and start showing aggression. So I've been attempting meditation, work on my anger, which helps me to hold and mold it together. Because I figured out that in order to become a loud speaker, I had to work on my inner calm like a yoga instructor. Diary with a lock. Diary with a lock. That just means it's no secret that you's a bitch, Key. Everything about you makes me sick, Key, so masculine. Give me some space, which sucks out this social distancing can easily turn into a grave mistake either way. You're gonna give me my 6 feet. So how should we start this shit off, bro? Wait, I know. John Travolta. Because it's just too bad I didn't get to nickel his cage in the face off, but still, I want to tell you a little about myself. Key, first off, you should know that I can be a pretty nice guy overall, bro. But when I write, my heart's cold because I put my heart into my writing, so it's like checking inventory. Because even though the pen priceless, you'll still notice that every barcode. But at first, I thought I was battling your boy Dennis over there. And you know, being as though I ain't battled in a year, I needed a warm-up. Therefore, I went the complete opposite approach for D-Rock when I was writing those bars up. You know, making sure that every bar, BQ, the flame rock, you know, set rock on fire. I was like charcoal, but it's cool. This chain gang, this nigga's gonna be dead by tomorrow. Loud shots. You hear a bang bang, it won't be followed by no Don DeMarco. Key, you should have asked about it. Because niggas would have told you that I'm the man with those writtens. I said, Key, you should have asked about it. Because niggas would have told you that I'm the man with those writtens. My pen has no limits, but it takes work. So I write every day because nothing's automatic. So to maintain that will to keep moving, I have to stick to my drive. I'm manual shifting, which now when I think about it, it's really starting to all add up. Because I ain't battled in a year, so they gave me this key that came with a push too. Start it back up. Yo, take this walk with me. Take this walk with me. It brings nothing but your pen, mic, and pad. This lyrical journey will have you sing on a righteous path. Pay attention. There's a deeper motive. Read that auto. That means I want Key to focus. Every one of his battles, I watched it. Yeah, I studied Key like a boxing. And it turns out that Key pad ain't secure, dude. So show buddy love. Like, you really want these fans to support you? Nah. Because if your name Key and you ain't got shit on lock, then how can we adore you? Explain that. Explain that. See, the most people Key may look sharp, but not to me. Because see, I'm a professor and educator. You can't lie to me. Shit, I already know that's a rated educator too. It's not going to help you to make the cut. I'm sorry, it's just not a style that you can copy, Key. Now, I know y'all waiting to hear the 30 million ways I created to get rid of Key, but don't worry, we'll get there in a moment. I just simply wanted to make sure that y'all know how Key is made. Because what type of professor would I be to give y'all a bunch of key takeaways before breaking down every one of key components? But now that we can move on, I just want to get straight to the point and cut to the chase. Identity theft. Like, I just want to be frank. You want to know how I feel when I hear bars from Pusha Key? Bored. Because he's so obsolete. So to make sure that he's dying today, I brought a knife with me to get push shortcuts. I mean, I'm going to cancel Key like control, alt, delete, and bro. Don't even try to escape. But what are you even doing here? Like, what's your motive, dude? You've been rapping a few good years, quite some time for someone as young as you. Yet you haven't gotten any better. Like, how'd you let it get to this point? Now it's like asking for prison reformers. Well, you can try, but we all know that just been going through. Your style is refurbished. It's old and overused. It was worse as you can't even admit it. You're in denial like the Egyptian river, except your flow is dried up. And you know it's true, so no matter how many bullshit reasons you make up to explain why you never make it, well, it only exposes you. It's almost exfoliating, because we can see it all up in your face when you try to break out every poor excuse. See, battle rap is not just about having good performance, dude, but yo. It's not about just having good performance, dude, but don't get me wrong, it's true. We have great aggression. I like the fact that you can go postal. Cool. These bars, new inventory. Fuck your delivery. I have something in store for you. Round one.
Let's go.
Good shit.
Last time I was at the place, I was like a stingy smoker. I just took my L and walked off home. Today I came with a soprano pitch. I got a black on screen to set the tone. This episode gonna be a smackdown. He getting left in the catacombs. I knew I had to put a dead man in grave danger once this matchup was set in stone. I was like, it's on site. Then I realized remote learning. I could have taught this lesson from home. You must got a death wish, cause you standing in front of an ill nigga during the pandemic, playing teacher in the ring. Nigga, you are not the franchise. Stop with the damn gimmick. Yeah, I sat out. Stop with the damn gimmick. Yeah, I failed to show up, but I still get called on. Bueller attendance. Professor, I never needed handouts. Professor, I never needed Professor, I never needed handouts. Professor, I never needed handouts. Fuck. What's up?
You got it. Run it back.
Bush. Professor, I never needed handouts.
You got it.
Master P before the deal. I ain't got no limit. You should have kept your distance. Now you going 6 feet below. Lazy student. I should have gave you this work months ago. But now I'm back on my bullshit, and this ain't my first rodeo. Yeah, I'm back on my bullshit, and it ain't my first rodeo. Yeah, I sat out, but when I step up, the room shake, vertigo. I got it made, but never was I special ed. I've been on the road. See, you don't hold weight. It's like you anorexic. Them lectures of yours as well, quite pathetic. When you speak, we narcoleptic. But this ain't easy, A. I just took this for some extra credit. But he not even sure about what he teaching. That's bad planning. But in 9 minutes, I'm gonna learn a lesson. Now that's cramming. Press key. I'm not data out your programming. I'm gonna be the reason bad credit on your name. I'm tax scamming. Only wisdom we gonna see come out his mouth today is from his teeth. Straight driving and shit. I created the green light for myself like a 2K release. Driving DeLoreans is the only time Professor put fire in the streets. Yo, Stab did you dirty. Giving you the shot, knowing it's the mark of the beast. Listen to the G.O.D. when I say I'm a bad apple. I'm not one to pick on like forbidden fruit. Can't bite this style. This ain't something taught as an institute. Space partner. I ain't cut up in a minute, so just follow suit. You can't control the room. Up here watching the kid while out. Looking like a substitute. Listen, I just showed y'all niggas how to solve a problem without raising an arm. But that's calling out. You on the highway to hell, struggling to find a different route. I hate to break it to you, Professor, but today, no matter how much work you put in, your promotion is still in doubt. Tom.
You better have full back.
Professor versus Pusha Key. So who the fuck could have thought that I'd be losing? Like, alright, I get I haven't battled in a while, and with this sort of social withdrawal, you can think I'm autistic. I mean, y'all get it, this social withdrawal syndrome is a disorder which is also a symptom of autism. Is that what y'all was assuming? Well, let's say you find out that I'm artistic, 9 on the hit. Now I gotta draw a conclusion. Professor losing to Pusha Key, and that prediction is based off of what? I mean, this nigga has the longest losing streak. Or maybe not the longest, at least it's not as bad as him. I know D-Rock's last win go back to what? 1982 BC? See, the problem is the fact that you lack creativity. That's why your bars aren't too unique. In comparison to mine, your lines are nowhere stronger, like stress on a Monday morning. How the fuck you expect to get through this one? Now, if you focus, you can see that there's a huge writing difference between you and me. Like, check this for instance. Your death certificate's going to be killed by your music sheet. Yeah, because with the arm waving like a music conductor, it's a perfect instrument to orchestrate your death. My music piece, man, that was fire. That was fire? Yeah, look at this nigga, 9 to 6. Alright, let me give you something else. Try this instead. That music piece on your brain, that's a catchy tune, because if I let it sing, it's going to be one song he can't get out of his head. I'm nice with that already. But with this music shit, I'm just too mental. In fact, I'll give you the beats without the bars. Bitch, I'm instrumental, because bitch, I got bars and delivery, as well as music and flow. Like, hey, I'll stomp B flat and off key. Sounds like I need a new piano. See, my pen game too strong for you. You don't want the rights. Now, do I have any accolades on freestyling? Nah, nothing quite. But my on-the-spot rebuttal game, plane nights, airlines. Think a book of flight like this, you can never write. So just be honest with yourself. Because you know that the level that I'm on is way too high for you to reach it, bro. Which that honestly shouldn't surprise you either, because we both know that my pen game is on the higher league than yours. And we know this because your name is Pusha Key, so your type of style couldn't beat me, bro. I know Key bored of these space bars, but his soul getting lifted. So Key about to see these space bars a whole lot different once he leaves this earth. D-Rock, that shit was fire. A whole lot. I just wanted to make sure that you got it. You know, space bars leave this earth. Come on, rocket science. Everybody sleeping, that's what happened? Yo, I don't think Pusha Key possesses what it takes to have success. Nah, when I think Pusha Key and URL, I'm like, nah, that's a search bar. Like, web address. And speaking of the internet, Squad Mafia, that's who you been with. Well, I hope they give you good security, Key. So I'm with down, loading up the Chrome. So when I'm browsing your network, bitch, you better hope whatever pops up is secure, because these hits are for you and whoever I see you with. Like, yo, it's on site for him and whoever with Key. No online encyclopedia. I don't usually use gun bars. But does that mean I'm getting reckless? Not at all. See, I'm just teaching him a lesson. This is an art class on how to draw. I mean, you can ask your boy, his name Dennis. You should know that in order to be a menace, you gotta know how to bring a trait out quicker than die sheep be getting pregnant. But fuck the gun. But fuck the gun. Because no, this ain't Friday, but I'll tell you to your face that I'm a man without it, like the Craig's father. Thought these hands were sweet, so I gave them options. Nigga, which brand of sugar you want, nigga? The Ray Leonard or the Ray Robin? Son, if I take flight with this right hook, he'll fall face first, nose dive. Nigga, that's how you plane drop me. We'll go from talking breezy as shit to damn near fleeing the fitness. Once I hit him with this Miranda right, he gon' remain silent. Cause the nerve in this nigga to talk to me like this. Yo, I should beat rock this dude, put a few lumps on his face. That ought to teach this nigga what not to do. See, I said that ought to teach this nigga what not to do. See, I respect the one-on-ones, so don't get me wrong. Of course, jumping this nigga isn't our plan, but if we did, I bet your little suicide squad over there will let you get your ass kicked by yourself like Gemini, man.
Let's go.
Fuck his lesson. What I wrote needs to be noted. I expect y'all to stay on board like permanent marker. I expect y'all to stay on board like magic marker, Maddox Sparker, do Professor like Ogilvy, big ratchets in his face, meet the Parkers, off the jump, I'll put her on through his shit. I'm Vincent Carter. This round I'm cooking up. Back to the grill again. I'm lyrical Professor, keep you under pressure. This is real rap, not a lecture, so get a grip, rubber texture, wingman shit. I got a ratchet aiming at you. Tonight he getting laid on the stretcher. I press Professor like I got a bad grade. This time is not it. The kid has no fear. The don't bark a lot. Just know the pound is near. And when I step on the grid, all I seen in him is fear. And I don't give a fuck if you don't like gun bars. This is a round that you gotta hear. Funny how y'all came to see Professor Sean, but when I expose his DNA, I'ma get him the fuck out of here. I get extreme in the rain like Cactus Jack. Bang bang. Call this my Virginia Tech. How I pull up clapping gats. I'm not liking that. Y'all can't keep prestige. Is this y'all brainiac? Well, let me quench my thirst for knowledge. I got an idea. Light open his naked cap. Pop his top. Now we get to see him snap facts. Tonight, Lucer going in the box. Let's have a casket match. This ain't an average one-on-one, nigga. This ain't an average one-on-one. Cause this ain't an average one-on-one. These some nines that you don't want to break up. He open-minded till he catch a brain buster. Now I won't stay shut. You up here worried about the wrong lyric when the most important one gonna be crying for you to wake up. I was gonna check him with the 357, but then I gave him a $150, taking a pay cut. Because Professor ain't been doing his job right. So they called up. Because Professor ain't been doing his job right. So they called up the chancellor. He barely has substance, but I'm not surprised if he used enhancers. Nigga, this is Aries season. You was a cancer. I'm not with the banter. Shit get nasty when I utilize the pole. Exotic dancers. This like an open book test, nigga. This like an open book test. I ain't gotta go to the text, cause the Chrome got the answer. Shopping at Liz. I wanna see if the cap gonna fit him. Any of y'all teachers' pets? Better raise the arm, or y'all getting clapped up with him. I would think the special land how the dum-dums hit him. They running off in a plug. You trying to steal a dub. Well, I'm loss prevention. Home wrecker. Not because I got your baby moms in that position, but because I'll literally go to your crib and blow it up when I got trays at your door, like I got detention. I don't doubt that you've seen the best, but with me it's different. I really fucked the game. I got bodies under my belt. I really have a leg up on the competition.
All right, let's go. Walk to it.
So I want to recap and pinpoint on something from my last 2 rounds and show y'all how I was scheming these rights. So y'all remember when I said keyboard, space bars, leave this earth, rocket science? Well, I have a pretty rock solid reason for why. I guess it's because of the fact that a few months prior to this battle, these rounds were finished. I mean, for D-Rock. Like, I really wrote 3 for this guy, then it turns out that I had Pusha Key for this fight. A bit disappointed, but it's cool. It's only spilled milk, no need in the crowd. Fuck it. Because when I found out that I was basically driving the wrong body to the cemetery, well, rehearsing came to an immediate stop. Now, don't get it twisted. Because shit, y'all ain't about to catch me in a lot of shit. Yeah, I'll admit it. I was initially a bit pissed off, but it didn't take long for me to realize that my mentality must have been out of this world, like Armageddon. Thinking Rock would have a chance of beating me in this fight. Nah, because as a professor, I know what Rock lands has no impact. So get the fuck out of here with those meteorites. I know this shit is the worst. I know this shit is the worst. Ironic. Like, you ain't even battle and still got Earth in the 3rd rocket. So I realize I came at Dennis quite a few times this battle, and y'all were probably asking why. Well, it's because this is a one-on-one, and any shots taking that key wouldn't count without checking Rock. But Key, I want to talk to you artist to artist, writer to writer. See, I think it's pretty evident that there's a level of etiquette to this writing shit. And your pen ain't proper. You're like, thinking your performance and delivery can disguise it. Man, it just makes me sick of watching. But go ahead and remain on that path if you like this. You'll grow up to be just like D-Rock. Another old head trying to get away with that minor fuck shit. Wait, old head minor fuck shit. You know, that's the same thing Tech 9 did. Now, bro, don't get me wrong. Because my only problem is when you use performance and delivery wrong. So if you don't got the pen, you don't mean shit in my book. I'm serious. Ask any artist here and they'll tell you. So any lyrical guy knows that whether you can write will always depend on the pad like a menstrual cycle. Period. Today, y'all got to experience a different me, I guess. I use a bit more gun bars than usual through these rounds, right? Y'all can agree with that? Fucked up. I know there are many ways to leave him dead. I mean, I could have decapitated this nigga, hit him with a machete bar. At least that would have gave y'all my ability to think ahead. But that power you feel from shots fired, man, I just love that adrenaline. Basically, I'm just in it for the kicks like a sneakerhead. And yo, Key, you copy. I mean, for real, bro, you got me. Kicks like a sneakerhead. Shot. I mean, you say goodnight, Key. Now, come on, y'all. Wake up. I mean, say goodnight, Key. Now, let's keep it 100. Like, let's be frank. Glenn, we are to what I invent. There's no one you know that's as electrifying, Key. Shit, this whole battle, I've been electrifying, Key. You know, straighten Key along to catch lightning in a bottle. I got a bench of mentality. So y'all, please tell me how the hell do he and I compare? Like, did y'all think his pairs together simply because they're both black and skinny? Well, so fuck you guys. Because with that mundane distinction, if white cops were looking for us, we would both fit the same description, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, I get it. But when you look past all of that, you see that we're 2 totally different dudes. Apartment buildings, family homes. Our stories were never the same, therefore it gave us different views. So if y'all thought that there were similarities between Pusha Key and Professor, well, y'all done got it misconstrued because we're total opposites. Think about this shit. Y'all put a dude named Push against a nigga with prints of full by bare arms. Like no sleeves. I bare arms, like no sleeves. Try me. And I'm done it for you and your whole team. See, this is my dry heat. Because it's going to make sure that him and everyone he knows bleed. No Key. So I'm advising you not to provoke me. Because the headshot will leave your mind unhealthy for not thinking solid. But that's just what happens when you want beef. And you know, being left in a vegetative state can be hella scary. And you can go vegan, but I'ma still milk it for what it's worth because I'm legend. There, see, I try to be different.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. See, I try to be different. So avoiding the usual cliches of battle rap is my number 1 intent. And there's a lot of them, but the 3 main things that remain on the list is first, you gotta have gun bars, all right? Secondly, don't show up there without any name flips. And there's one more thing that I personally got to check off the list. Oh yeah, you're not considered a battle rapper unless you mention something about fucking your opponent's bitch. Now I realize niggas do that all the time. And I just be like, fuck it. I don't condone this shit, but I usually let it go and shit. But then I look at this nigga Pusha Key and I'm like, yo, am I expected to believe that this nigga be fucking these bitches? Y'all want my honest opinion? I don't think Pusha Key has ever even made a bitch come to her senses. But if there was some parallel universe where Key actually had a bitch that really fucking existed, then I wouldn't do nothing crazy. Just slide of the bread, my hair twerking. Second lie, it'll probably go further. Why not? I didn't already give it the bread. I just got to slide in the beat. That's a white castle burger. And when I finish, that bitch gonna show respect. Guarantee I keep that hoe in check. Ask about me. They say grow the best. Obviously, she doesn't know this yet. Don't worry, I'm gonna send that hoe a text. It's gonna be a dick pic. Yeah, I just want to make sure that she knows that I pose that right. Yeah, fuck time.
Here we go.
I'm not intrigued by your philosophy. You hate gun bars, yet use bullet points for ideologies. Shame on you. Using lines to get the right angles like geometry. Pause. But do you really think you nutty, Professor? That's comedy. Honestly, I just don't think this is better than me. Misogyny. I should know Professor can't touch the kid. That's policy. The quality of your lesson is backwards. The quality of your lessons is backwards from conclusion to hypothesis. Plus it's monotonous. It's obvious. Plus it's monotonous. The quality of your lessons is backwards from conclusion to hypothesis. Plus it's monotonous. I said the quality of your lessons is backwards from conclusion to hypothesis. Plus it's monotonous. You a kindergarten cop. You just posing as a teacher. It's your real job to have us our documents. Well, this ain't your first dealings with a public enemy, Professor Griff. Expose your competence. Mad respect was lost for you when you couldn't show the class signs of dominance. I mean, how is he the professor when he hasn't bodied a nigga to earn the first degree? How you gonna question me when you need an answer key? No college tuition. I'm coming out of pocket for this one, and it's hurting me that you the only chain gang member who ain't branched off the learning tree. I mean the nerve of a nigga trying to get points off other niggas putting in work. Fantasy leagues, I mean, you was nice, but it's clear that you pissed that spot away. Blue pool, linked up with mid-carders, then start dancing in the ring. Too cool. I mean, how is he material? I mean, how is he champion material when the only thing that he sported around the waist was a tutu? How can I take your advice, dude, when your front man's a buster? I ain't talking leaders of the new school. I mean, the dynamic of your group is fucking bonkers. I won't judge, but as a black man, I can't respect you. Cause nigga, why is the best man in your group the white man that wants to conquer? But me, I'm in a class of my own. I'm in a class of my own. Please excuse me for being antisocial. I feel like Roddy, but oddly, whoever they paired me with, I talk my shit like Ali. I mean, I'm from the school, I'm an alumni of the School of Hard Knocks. Fuck an arm and a leg, nigga, I owe a body. Bad edible. This play ain't getting me higher, but this had to transpire. He like an arrogant prisoner. He came up north on some bullshit. Well, I gotta raise his edge for any outsider. He's skating on thin ice here. Now I'm starting to fire. He's skating on thin ice here. Now I'm starting to fire. What you know about brotherly love when we never even see you on the Philadelphia Flyers? Time.